It is Saturday morning. I'm just getting ready for work. Apologies for the bags under my eyes. So the quote I put up today was, "Understanding is deeper than knowledge." And of course it is. People do not care how much you know until they know how much you care. And it is far better to be interested than interesting. But you need to understand yourself. So in the book, I did things... I quantified it. I made it simple. I said there was 4 types. There was 6, 7, 8, and 9. 6 was compliant, 7 was combative, 8 was competitive, and 9 was collaborative. And if you want to look at this, you have to be very critical of yourself. And nobody wants to be a 6, which is compliant or supplicative. And I always say I'm a 9, which I'm not, because I'm a 6. And I think about 2 things I think about, and you should look at things that happen in your life and see, well, how did I react or how did I behave? And I remember going to Florida on the plane, and I had booked the window seat because I like to sleep and nobody disturbs you. And this woman came down and said, would I move seats because she wants to sit with her friend? And I also had a spare seat beside me as well, which would have meant that I would have flown transatlantic flight with loads of room. And I said yes. And to add insult to injury, I ended up sitting on an aisle seat beside a screaming baby. And I had left my USB key, flash drive, which was like 264 gigabytes of 10 years of lectures that I'd written, which I never got back because it never got found. Now, I should have said no. Why should I move? I had picked that seat. It was for me, and it was lucky that I had a spare seat. That was my luck. But why should I have given away that? And if you look at it, it's the reason I did it. Oh, I wanted to please somebody, or I didn't want to say no. So I should have said, no, sorry, no, I like where I am. And that should have been it. And if they decide, what can they do? And why should you care what they do? And the second time was a flight again from Istanbul to Dublin. And I had booked the window seat. I always do. And this man was sitting in my seat. And I ended up sitting on the aisle seat of the same row. But he was in my seat. And he said he was in his seat. But I knew because I had it on my boarding pass. So I should have said, no, you're in my seat. So that's a 6, okay? That's a people pleaser. That's putting people's needs before your own. It's sacrificing your own right to be. So if you're a 6, start today. Let's say 3 days, 3-day challenge. Anything that someone asks you that you don't want to do. Oh, would you do me a favor? Sorry, no. You don't know what it is. Well, I don't want to do you a favor. I'm, you know. So you don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to justify yourself. So for 3 days, if you're like me, and I'm going to do this, say no. You don't want to do something? No. Someone asks you to do something? No. Sorry, no. And if they say why, I don't have to give you an explanation. And see how that smile on their fake face changes. They're smiling at you when you do something for them. It's fake. You don't need to please anyone. You have every right to be here. Start looking after yourself. Have a great day.